Testing. Okay. Are we live? Are we live though? It looks like we might be live. Are we live? Are we live though? It looks like we might be live. Alrighty. Are we live though? It looks like we might be live. Alrighty. All right. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kilo Loco, and today we are going to be going over 10 Claude Code tips you didn't know. Let's see. Let's see if there's 10 Claude Code tips that we didn't know. Okay, Claude Code started as a terminal assistant. It's now an agentic system that reads entire code bases. Today we are going to be going over 10 Claude Code tips you didn't know. There we go. My bad. My bad. Okay. System that reads entire code bases, executes commands, manages Git workflows, and spawns subagents. If you're still using it as a chat interface, well, or with a shell wrapper bolted on, you're barely touching it. Touch it a little bit more. Features like Claude.md and MCP servers dominate the conversation. The CLI itself, the CLI itself, though, has a deep set of power user capabilities that mostly go ignored. These are features built for parallelized production grade engineering workflows. Here are 10 patterns worth knowing. Context pre-warming via session forking. Session forking. I have not used this. I didn't know this actually. Cool. Okay. Resuming a session across multiple terminals interleaves the history. That corrupts the context window in ways you won't notice until the model starts hallucinating about files that don't exist. Interesting. Fork session solves this. It duplicates the full session lineage at the exact moment and produces a clean, completely independent branch. Think of it as Git branch for your LLM context window. The workflow is pre-warming. Load a master session with 40,000 tokens of architectural context, API documentation, and coding standards. Then fork it for each new feature rather than rebuild from scratch every time. That's an interesting workflow. Okay, so build the heavy context session once. Claude, read the architecture docs, prepare a feature. Rename as master context. I did not think about this. Well, I mean, I have, but like, I don't use this, and I'm not sure if I would use this, to be honest. Rename master. I like the rename thing. Do we get a bigger image? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we read it. We have two master contexts done. Here's the full picture. then we're going to fork that session. Do you rename it again? I would assume that the first thing that you should do is rename it again. Okay, this is interesting. I'm definitely going to have to try this out. This is interesting for sure. This is also the right way to A/B test implementation strategies. Fork the same master session twice, let both branches diverge, and any differences in output are down to the approach, not context drift. I'm like stuck on this one. This one's like kind of good. It's good, but it's also like, I don't know, because it's like that master context is only going to be good until the PR merges, right? You know, unless you're like working on something like vastly different. This is a good one to have in your back pocket, I think. Like I don't think this is something I'm gonna be I'm gonna be using a whole lot, because forking a session and then running two agents to do the exact same job just seems like a waste of tokens. I'm not trying to just I'm not I'm not here for token burn. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I like it, but I don't know if I'm gonna use it. I don't know how much I'm gonna use it. More so, I like the rename and then just knowing that you can fork a session. It's good to know. All right, seamless code review loops. Context switching during code review is one of the most underrated productivity killers in engineering. Yes. You wrote the code 3 days ago, the reviewer left comments this morning, and now you need to mentally reconstruct the entire decision space before you can say anything useful. If you created a pull request during a Claude session using GHPR create, the tool links the session ID to the PR automatically. When when changes are requested, you rehydrate the exact state of the agent that wrote the context. This this is definitely cool. I like this. The agent resumes with the full conversation history of their original session, the files it read, the trade-offs it considered, the constraints it was working within. For teams with multi-reviewer sign-off, this compresses the feedback loop from context switch, reread, re-understand, respond to resume, address, push. All right. I would be able to try this at work. I mean, I've been using Claude to push. I just don't know if it's been doing it this very specific way. I think it's been running like the regular Git push. I use GH manually, so maybe if I added the GH or the GitHub MCP, maybe it handles this for me. I don't know. Definitely worth looking at for sure, though. Compose prompts in your editor. Maybe, I don't know. The single line REPL is hostile to complex prompt engineering. Pasting a 50-line stack trace, wrapping it in XML tags, and appending a multi-paragraph constraint inline is a fight against your own terminal. Control G intercepts the input stream and opens your system's default editor. Vim, NeoVim, VS Code, whatever you've configured. You get macros, syntax highlighting, multiple cursors, snippet expansion, and proper multi-line editing. Compose the prompt, save, and quit. And the full buffer flushes directly into Claude's execution loop. Prompt quality goes up noticeably when you can actually see and edit what you're writing. Small feature, outsized effect. Let's see. probably not going to use this one. Well, yeah, I'm not going to use that one. I would just like go somewhere and I'd write it. If that was the case, I would just like open the like I wouldn't do it from the terminal. Like that's too many steps for me. Execution via inline shell. Prefix any input with bang and it bypasses the LLM entirely, executing the command directly in your shell. Useful on its own. What makes it powerful is what happens to the output. Standard out and standard error are automatically appended to the LLM's context window. Run the command output lands in context, then ask Claude to reason about it. No copy pasting, no, here's the error I'm seeing, preamble, the model already has it. Yeah, so this is one that I use the Bang all the time. Like this is literally the reason why I don't use the desktop app is because they don't support Bang. Like where is the thing? Like if I wanted to do Bang, like it's not in there. If I wanted to go over here, look at Bang. Well, I don't know. Let's find out. LSAL. See, the fact that it okay, so when you do it from the terminal, it's like so immediate. Look at it, like it doesn't even show. But when you do it from the terminal, which is what I do all the time, repos, I don't know. What can I show you guys? What we were doing, bookmark social, right? So if we do Claude, and then we do Opus now, defaults to 1 million context, 5 times more room, same pricing. Nice. I like it. Okay, so this is the Bang mode for bash mode only, and then you can do like ls-al, right? And bam, it's like there. It's there. No Claude, no tokens, no thinking, none of that. Just bam, there. And that, like, this is the feature that I probably use the most, or this is definitely the one that I'm most aware of out of the list so far. So definitely recommend that. Oh, they got a little video too here. Let's go with the video. So npm test, see, so like it goes right in there. Yes, exactly this. So what I usually do is I start out with the GitHub issues. So I would do like if you're not using GH, use GH. So it'd be like GitHub issue view, and then it'd be like 1 or whatever. I don't have GitHub tied to this one, so it's like not there, but like, yes, use this. It is so helpful. Where do I go? Where is my window? There we go. Okay, Opus 4.6 effort levels. Okay, yeah, so this is a new one. I'm still kind of like, I don't fully understand effort levels. We got to finish the Claude code course. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that pretty soon. I'm gonna finish editing the first video, like the first part. I got the first part out or done. I need to get it out. I need to edit it, and then I need to go back through the other sections. Okay, Opus 4.6 effort levels. Not every task warrants deep reasoning. Burning heavy compute on boilerplate generation is wasteful. Using lightweight inference on a complex architectural decision produces poor results. Opus 4.6's adaptive thinking exposes a compute scaling mechanism via the /model command an effort slider across 4 tiers. Um, the model. So this is interesting because I've also seen just slash effort. So let's see what they say. An effort slider across 4 tiers. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is accurate. We'll check it right now. Low is fast, cheap, and essentially deterministic. Boilerplate generation via variable renaming, JS doc comments. Max is high latency, high cost, deep reasoning chains, debugging race conditions, designing schemas for complex domains, resolving gnarly merge conflicts. For headless scripts, you can enforce this programmatically. Okay, we can set the effort level like that. I haven't really dealt with a whole lot of scripting, like adding like Claude to the script type situation. So like I haven't really put Claude in a CI pipeline just yet. Um, yeah, like I don't really know. I don't know. I haven't really thought through like when to use Claude in a pipeline. Like when would you do that? I just don't know. All right. Being intentional about compute allocation across hundreds of automated invocations adds up fast, both in cost and pipeline speed. This this is the kind of feature that doesn't sound useful until you check your API bill. Okay. See, because you could choose model, right? You can choose model like they're saying for sure, right? And if you do this, I think it gives you an option to choose between them, right? So you can do default, which is going to, it looks like it's going to set Opus as the default. But then you have medium effort. You see down here where it says, you see down here where it says effort, you can adjust this by going over, which is kind of weird. And then, okay, so we'll do model effort, but we also have the effort slider itself. So you can like, I guess you can, this is the part that I don't really understand. How is it that you have effort, but you also have access to model? I guess I just think of them as very similar. I don't know. This we need to look into a little bit more. I don't fully understand the difference between effort and models. Like maybe if I knew exactly what the prompts were, we could probably find the prompts. That's the good thing about Anthropic is they usually share a lot of their stuff, like what's going on under the hood. All right, parallel work trees. Been using work trees a lot. Let's see. Running multiple Claude sessions against the same repository without isolation produces race conditions. Agents trampling each other's file edits, creating impossible merge states. Worktree uses native Git worktree under the hood. It carves out a completely isolated physical directory, defaulting to that that shares the same Git history but maintains an independent working tree. Each agent gets its own sandbox. Um, Probably going to use this one. I'm probably going to use this one a lot. So, so I've been using work trees a lot at work. Well, no, I guess I can definitely see the benefit here. If you're definitely gonna, if you're going to be running a Claude session like in parallel, I try not to run multiple things in parallel. Like the context switching, I've realized it just like it drains me. And and every time I do context switching, even between agents at work, because I'm generally working on like different things, it's like it doesn't feel that efficient to be switching back and forth. So when it comes to like the work tree thing, I don't know. I still might use the get work tree because usually I'm using work tree to work on something and then do a PR review, and then I might be working on something in parallel. This one's interesting. I would have to look at this, like, what is the Git work tree? Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's good to know that this one exists. That much I do know. It's good to know that this exists. Both agents work in the same repo, share the same commit history, and cannot interfere with each other's file changes. When you're done, you merge through normal Git workflows. Got it. Okay. Oh, you can do -W? Oh, hell yeah, I like that. Okay. Structured JSON output. What's this? Conversational output is useless in automation pipelines. Yes. Oh, okay. I'm actually aware of this. I've looked into Claude in the pipeline. I just don't have a use for it right now. You need guaranteed parsable, machine readable output every time. Combining -p dash output format JSON and dash JSON schema formats the LLM from a conversational agent into a strictly typed function. So I think this, yeah. Oh no, you know what? I think I learned about this through one of the OpenAI. I was looking at this through like one of the ChatGPT or OpenAI or whatever fields when I was initially looking at it. So I wasn't looking at it when I was using Claude primarily. I was looking at it when I was still using ChatGPT primarily. And yeah, just like this is just making sure that you have the same consistent output. Okay, so you define the output shape. The model is constrained to produce exactly that. Chain it with JQ, pipe it into downstream services, feed it into dashboards. The output is predictable and machine consumable. Nice. Yes, JQ for the win. Surgical context compaction. Ooh, surgical. Long debugging sessions fill context windows with dead weight. Every try this, nope, try this, nope, try that, also broken. Cycle adds tokens that actively degrade the model's performance. Context gets noisy. The model loses track of earlier decisions and costs climb. Double tapping escape opens the rewind menu. Is that true? Well then, I love that. Using the hell out of that. I'm gonna be using the hell out of this. Okay, most people use it to revert code changes. The real value is summarized from here. Okay, I haven't used that. What are we talking about? Okay, select a message midway through your session. Claude preserves everything before that point perfectly. Initial system prompts, architectural rules, early context, then compresses all that messy trial and error after it into a dense summary. The dead ends get distilled into their key lessons without consuming context real estate. You reclaim your token budget without losing the narrative thread. The model retains awareness of what was tried and why it failed at a fraction of the token cost. I wouldn't say at a fraction of the token cost. I think that's a little bit misleading because what ends up happening is you're still using token, like you still used those tokens. Like you don't get to unburn tokens; they're burnt. So what you would do is you'd go back in the history, then you would say summarize from here, and that creates a whole new thing of tokens that need to be like for the summarization, and everything that you said before, like everything that you tried to erase essentially still exists in the tokens that you've used. So yeah, like you still burnt your tokens, but this is this is an interesting way. I haven't thought about doing this. This is so cool. Hold on, I can't see. Summarize from here. Why haven't I seen this? I have not. I have not seen summarize from here, I don't think. It's usually just three different options. Dude, okay. Oh, it messages after this point will be summarized. Wow, this is good. This is actually really, really good. Okay, this is like, okay, if do this. Summarize from here is actually really cool. Um, I'm gonna use this one today. This is actually an amazing feature because this does happen a lot, right? Like, so like you go down a path, you try something and it doesn't work, and then you can keep going. And I'm usually fine with keep going because I'm kind of in the camp of like you should be guiding this thing the entire time. Like you really should be like guiding it. Um, yeah, I'm like this. I'm like thoroughly impressed. This is actually really nice. Okay. Dynamic multi-agent orchestration. Let's see if somebody can get me into this multi-orchestration camp because I really don't. I usually will like max at like 3 agents. I don't. I don't. I don't usually do more than 3 agents. After that, it's just like it's so hard to keep up with like what's going on, and then the only time that I've really ever needed 3 agents was when I was like building separate products like for myself. So it was just like even then they were working on separate things because like trampling over each other. I think that it's kind of hard to have so many agents work in the same repo. I mean, I guess that's what work trees are for, right? But like still, I don't know. It's just like I'm just not smart enough to be running all these agents and then be able to keep track of all of them. I guess my brain just doesn't work like that. So, hard coding sub agents into Claude dot or slash agents. Markdown files works for stable, long-lived agent definitions. For ad hoc workflows, you can define and inject session scoped sub agents on the fly. Oh, yes. Okay, test engineer description writes unit tests for modified files. Prompt, you are a strict SDET. Write tests using Vitest. Cover edge cases. Model haiku tools. Read, write, glob. That seems kind of cool. does it have an interactive way of like working with it? Hold on. Wait. What was it? Is Claude agents? Okay, so it should have a /agents command. Manage agent configurations. Create new agent, dude. What the hell? No agent found. Create specialized sub-agents that Claude can delegate to. Each sub-agent has its own context window, custom system prompt, and specific tools. Oh my God. Dude, okay, so built in the Claude Code Guide, explore. Oh, this is going to be like my new favorite feature. Okay, so for context on like how I use agents, what I'll usually do is like my workflow usually consists of like I've been trying to move from the 99% of Claude writing all my code to 100%. Like that last percentage is actually really hard to do because it's like you're literally giving up everything, and you're even the small little fixes you're having the agent do. I still don't know how I feel about this. I'm just trying to lean all the way into AI so that I like, don't want to get left behind like type shit, So it's just, what do I do? And I've been trying to go from the 99% to 100, just so that I can get more familiar with the tool and like really gain some expertise here. And one of the things that I do every single day is I have an agent do something. And it's usually the same types of agents. So the agents that I usually go to are SDET agents, EM agents, PM agents, so engineering managers, product managers, and then sometimes I'll just like not even have a name for the agent. Like I'll just say like I want an agent that does this type of thing or looks at it from this type of way, because I don't know the correct terminology to refer to that type of agent. So I'll just like describe what the agent is supposed to do, and then Claude will a lot of the times come back with like the proper role, like specifying what type of role that they have, and that agent will do things. So this is actually really impressive. Like I love this, and yeah, building agents just I love that. The real unlock is model routing. Your main session runs on Opus for complex reasoning. Repetitive tasks get delegated to Haiku, which handles them perfectly well at a fraction of the cost. When Claude detects a modified file, it spawns the test engineer sub agent to backfill test while the main agent continues uninterrupted. Add isolation work tree to a sub-agent definition and it spins up its own Git work tree automatically. Combining with the pattern from section 6, genuinely concurrent multi-agent work, each agent fully isolated. So he created the agent security reviewer. Reviews code changes for security vulnerabilities. You are a security engineer. Review modified files for input validation issues. Be specific about line numbers. Model haiku tools read glob. The tools thing, I'm just kind of, I wonder like, I don't know. The tools thing kind of concerns me because it's just like, what if it doesn't have all the tools that it needs? I don't know. Read index. So Claude agent read index.ts, then use the security review sub agent to audit the. Oh, okay. So you tell it what to do, then tell it to use the specific agent to do the thing. Got it. And I think that's probably what this is. So like if we did create an agent, let's see what this is like. What the personal, dude? What? Okay, so I can make them for the project and I can make them personal too. What kind of, well, let's do, um, generate with Claude. Damn, that's crazy. Describe what the agent should do when it should and when it should be used. Comprehensive. Be comprehensive for best results. Help me write unit tests for my code. Help me UI test the app. Let's see. Let's see what it does. This can actually be kind of like a fun little project. I think that I'm going to build like a agent maker. Like that would be really cool. Based on what I'm seeing, the tools section is somewhat extra. Claude usually knows which tools to use. Ah, okay. So you're saying, thank you for that. Thank you for that input, Jose. So what you're saying is this tools section might be extra, so we might be able to omit it, maybe? Wondering. Uh, see, look at, so it also, let me, can we toggle them? Create new agent, select tools. All tools, read only tools. Edit tools. Ah, okay, look at that. Whoa. Yeah, I gotta get Firebase out of here. It's such a noisy and so annoying. Oh, dude, where is the Ask User Questions tool? Okay, so there is this one tool called Ask User Questions. I don't know why it's not in here. Look at these are mine. Dude, this is awesome. Okay, I don't know why it's not in here. I wonder if it can be added in here. But there's this tool called Ask User Questions. And it's the one that, like, okay, so like if you've been working with Claude, sometimes you'll like be working on a plan or something like that, and then you'll you'll well, what you probably should be doing is you should be well, no, let me think. Like Claude should have brought this up to you. Like there should have been like multiple questions that it asked you, right? And usually it'll be like, oh, like choose from these four different like options, and then you like go through and you select them. And what I really like doing with the Ask User Questions tool is have it extract knowledge from me and have that knowledge be transferred into the context properly, and then it usually does a really good job at like handling whatever problem that I'm up against. Um, Jose says, so like if you have a specific tool that you want it to use, you set it there. Yeah. So like look at these ones. So for example, like I actually created all these tools. I am building like a MCP little video editing thing for myself to see if I could get it going. Fun fact. the thumbnail. I have a thumbnail one in here. I don't know if it's showing. But I had the thumbnails generated on my last two videos that I actually published. Like everything was done through like my MCP service. It's actually really cool, really powerful. But I don't know that one tool. I really want to know if it's in there. Let's see. Wait, did I? How come I can't? All right. I didn't finish it, but that's okay. Like I think we both know that. Like it's gonna work. It's gonna create the agent, which is really cool. It's just I'm going to play with that a lot more actually. I really want to explore that. That's like probably my favorite thing so far. Out of the surgical content, actually this one's actually really cool too. So these two, 8 and 9, are really strong. I know that I'm going to use those for sure because I didn't think in that direction. Won't be using the structured JSON output anytime soon. I don't have a workflow that like in mind. Parallel work trees, not really sure if I'm going to use that one. It's good to know about. Effort levels, got to do more research on it. The inline shell, which one was this one? Oh, this one I already use all the time. The bang. Compose prompts in your editor, not going to use that one. Seamless code review loops. This one I'm going to have to try out because again, the GH part, and then the work tree. Oh no, this is forking. The forking, yeah, I don't know, because this is just like the code is always changing. You don't want to have just like stale forks laying around, you know? All right, last one. Headless CI/CD with hard budget caps. I suppose this will be useful for a lot of people because I know that Claude is definitely in pipelines. I just don't have a use for it myself. Putting an autonomous agent into a CI/CD pipeline without strict boundaries is frankly terrifying. Yeah, don't do that. Agent that loops endlessly or starts fix. You know why this is bad? Okay, so if you're not into using pipelines, this is so bad because pipelines, the way that they work is you get charged for how long your workflow takes. So like if your workflow takes like 20 minutes is like super common, especially on iOS, right? Because the UI testing is just so like it's so slow, so bad, and it's flaky too. And imagine if you have your pipeline, which already takes 20 minutes, and then you have Claude in there trying to fix stuff while your pipeline's already taking 20 minutes. So now it's burning tokens. It's increasing the amount of time that your pipeline stays open. It's just like, oh my God, this is so much money. Just you're burning money so fucking fast. An agent loops endlessly or starts fixing things it shouldn't touch can cause real damage, and it'll happily drain your API credits while doing so. Yes, API credits and your workflow, and your pipeline costs. Three flags together make this safe. Dash P, non-interactive print mode. Okay. Dash dash max turns prevent infinite agentic loops. Okay, good. Dash dash max budget USD, hard financial ceiling. Okay, so 3 turns. Max budget is $1.50. I like that. I like that. This is really good. Review this diff for security flaws. Output only actionable feed. So the only thing I'm worried about here is what happens if you set it to $1.50 and it breaks midway through like the $1.50, right? Like what happens to your agent then? Or is it like one of those things where it's aware of its own budget, similar to how they do with the token count? So like you're able to specify the token count on some of these things, or at least in the API you are, and that gives it like that, like it then knows how many tokens to output, right? Like not the exact amount, but it will be relatively close. And I'm wondering if it has that same like kind of like that same type of logic built into it to like, oh, 100, like $1.50 translates to this amount of tokens, therefore I can only respond this amount of times, and I need to stay under that, or else I'll get cut off and things can get weird. So I'm just kind of curious about that. Max turns catches runaway logic. Max Budget USD acts as a circuit breaker on everything else, killing the process before it burns through your Anthropic credits. You need both. Either one alone has gaps. Scaling this across multiple repositories or running it on every PR also forces prompt discipline. You learn quickly which prompts produce useful output within the budget and which waste tokens on preamble. That discipline feeds back into better prompts everywhere. All right, max turns 1, budget. So like you for sure will only get to do this once. Again, I don't know what happens if it tries to do 0.2. Like, that's what I want to know. Review this diff for security flaws, only output. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that one. It's a little bit weird. All right. These aren't novelty features. Session forking, parallel work trees, dynamic subagents, and budget capped CI/CD represent a genuine shift from AI as a chat partner to AI as a managed fleet of specialized workers. The gap between I use Claude Code and I orchestrate Claude Code is wide, and it's widening. Yeah, this was a really, really strong article. Shout out to Tamis Piro. Sorry if I said your name wrong. This was a really strong article. I'm going to be using a lot of these. He even hit me with, like the little don't get left behind type shit. Like, where is it? I like this, right? It's a widening, orchestrate. And obviously, the company probably does like orchestration or whatever, but knowing that these features are being used in pipelines, knowing that like they're so in depth, or like the little hacks that are being done, maybe I need to just start thinking through some pipeline use cases. Most of the stuff that I've been working on is like mobile apps, so like just something that I could have in my pocket and I could use regularly. Yeah, maybe just got to think through where I would use like Claude in a pipeline. Still not sure if that's something that I really need to look at, but I know that it's becoming a popular thing, and CI/CD is honestly where I see a lot of our work. Like if we're staying in this field as engineers, I see a lot of it shifting to CI/CD. I saw that months ago, and I'm kind of sticking with that thought in my head. All right, and then Jose says, if you put it in plan mode, it will ask, or you. If you put it on plan mode, it will ask, or you on your prompt, you tell it to ask clarifying questions. Yeah. So the clarifying questions thing, I think this is going back to what I said about the ask user questions tool. Yeah, that's how you trigger it. Like have it ask you questions. Tell Claude to ask you questions, and it'll prompt you, and then all that gets turned into context for whatever task you're working on. Really helpful. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today. I just wanted to do a quick article read. Didn't have anything to code up, but like I saw that this one came across in one of the channels at work, and I was like, oh, this seems pretty cool. I wonder if there's anything in here that I would learn. Learned something new, like in almost every one of these steps. So hope you learned something new. Go out there, keep prompting passionately.